Now, I've been asked if I could tie the Beauly snowfly on a single hook. Recently I tied it on a tube fly. Now, and could I do it in a style that would suit fishing in Canada? And this is the one, the fly I'm tying. Now this is in a 1.0. I'm going to tie it on a size 3. This is the Daiichi, this one here, Salmon Jackson really. Spey hook. You see size 3. It's a nice hook. Perfect for this fly. Thread I'm going to be using is the Uni Thread 80 in black. Just going to run the wax through to get it started. Now, I'm going to start around about 3 mil or so from the eye, and then take the thread to the point where the hook bend, or the eye has been formed with the wire of the hook, and there's a slight step there, and I'm taking the thread to that point. Then I'm going to tie in some, this is number 14 oval silver tinsel, or small depending on the company you're using. And when you catch on at that point and on that side, this will compensate for that wee step. You don't really need it in this one, but if you were doing a flat floss or a tinsel body, that's perfect to start that point. Now thread all the way down until I'm in line with the point of the hook. Should be, make sure that's nice and neat. Just a couple more turns or so. You can stop shorter, it's entirely up to you. Now once I'm there, I'll take the thread, turn it. Now I want a good 6 or 7 turns of the oval tinsel to form a nice tag. So bring this back up. Now you want nice straight turns and tight turns. One turn in front of the other as we wind up. Form the tag. There, and then we catch it in. At this point I prefer to take this all the way up. I can quickly just pinch the tinsel to the side of the hook to this point here, and then we can trim it away. Then the way back down and we tie in flat silver tinsel. This one here. And this would be classed as a sort of medium. So on the way back down and we catch in now, make sure you wax your thread. It helps, the tinsel will cut your thread if you don't watch what you're doing. Let's just work our way down in as well, give you a lot more grip. As I say, we've got a dub body on this so we can hide all this. Now the dubbing I'm using is just a blend of my own. It's Arctic Fox. It was tail, some small tail parts that I had, and I removed the fur and then mixed it in with some Light-Brite, Blue Lite-Brite. Now what I'm going to do is just quickly put this on the thread, meaning it's quite a lump, as you can see. Now what I'm doing is getting it started. So I need the anchor point on the hook so that I can twist and tighten the dubbing up as I form the body. So as I wind up I can stretch it out, put the twists in and get a nice shape in the body. You can stretch it out if it's too heavy, and at the same time we can build it up. Just working our way up the shank, as you can see. Take your time when you're doing this. Give yourself plenty of room for there's 2 hackles going on this, so give yourself, as I say, plenty of room. That should do it. Take away the excess. And then what we would do is bring up our rib, looking around at 5 turns. Perfect there. Just draw back any fibres, maybe going forward or towards the eye before you bring up this last turn. And again, we've got a wax on my thread, especially with the tinsel. It will cut it if you don't watch. Trim that away. Make sure it's nice and tidy. And tidy that up. And what I'm going to do here is just brush through the Velcro. Watch your thread. Gives it a nice lot of movement in the body. Brings out the flash. You can see makes a nice body that. Now the body hackle. This is a rump feather from a ringneck pheasant, which I've dyed. You can see I've dyed it black, taking away the fluff. This is a slightly smaller feather for this size of fly. Gives it a Spey hackle. These are great Spey hackles. Now you can buy the rump patches now. You can. I've seen them. I was over in America. I've seen quite a few different colours. Black being the most popular. Now I'm tying it in by the tip, as you can see. Draw the fibres back, and then we do nice straight turns. One turn in front of the other. Till we get enough hackle. Working my way up. That's why you need to give yourself plenty of room. The stems of these are, just to give you this fluff, can be quite thick, sorry, when you get near the end. So get to this point, make sure you catch in, and again, make sure there's wax on your thread. Nice and tight, make sure it's secure. And then we can trim away the waste. Just using my nail here to flatten the stem before I really tie it in. Again, that should do it fine. See how it's sitting. That looks okay. Now what I'm going to do is tie the wing. Now I've got lots of small peacock eyes. Nice ones even get the centre missing, which suits what I'm going to do. Now I've tied this in, these fine. These are to suit the size of fly. I'm using the tips of the eye. The quills of these are a wee bit fine, so they're not so much good for quill bodies, but these are perfect because they're lovely, a nice taper. Now what I'm going to do is take the centre out, meaning go with your scissors, and give yourself like a right and a left side. Now what I'm going to do is take these back, and I'm going to tie this side first. So I'm going to get the length. Now the length can be towards the back of the hook or to the barb. Now it's entirely up to yourself. I like it towards the barb. So I'm looking at the length just about there. So catch this in. Try and ignore this side here. It will get out of the way. Just like pinch and loop it on. It'll sit nice for you, don't worry. Just make sure you get a good 3 or 4 turns in. And then we get the other side. Now the reason I do this is if you pull both these sides in, you tend to find that one slightly longer than the other. With this you can actually get the size that you want, so I'm just using my finger, marrying. This gives me a right and a left side, you see. And then we catch it on, to check my length, this looks okay. Just 2 or 3 turns to hold at this point. A wee quick look, that's fine. Then we can trim this away. Now make sure your thread's waxed when you're doing this. Right. Tighten up, tidy this area. Use my finger here to sort of lower it slightly. So it's sitting. A couple of broken ends here I want to take out. Away. You see, it makes a nice wing. Get a nice balance in the wing there. Now I'm going to 2 jungle cock eyes. Now, you don't need to put the jungle cock eyes on it, but I'm going to do it. So I've got 2 eyes, both the same size. Length, you're looking, it's up to yourself. It can be short, long. Catch these on, both at the same time, 2 or 3 turns. Again, make sure there's wax on your thread. See how this sitting. That looks okay. Now I like to fold these back, so that there's no chance of them breaking off or get pulled out. And then tidy this up. Keeping the thread tight, I can then break away the waste. And then we're going to tie in an orange hen hackle. It's a hot orange hen. We tie it in by the tip. Just going to get my hackle pliers just to make sure I've got the tip right. Usually put the hackle pliers in them and pull it back. That's fine. Again, just get a wee bit of wax on. Catch it on my side. 2 or 3 turns down, fold back the tip. 2 or 3 turns back up, slip your fingers back, and then the tip should pop out. There it's there. Break that off. Now I'm going to get back to my Hackle pliers because you'll see the fly much better. And then fold the fibres back just lightly. Just draw your fingers through. Now there's no pressure on this hackle, I'm not keeping it tight, I'm just holding the hackle pliers here and then drawing my fingers through. And then we can do, depending how good the hackle is, I'm going to get 2 or 3 turns. Don't want to cover the jungle cock completely. You're happy with the amount, which I'm there, so what I do is I follow up and then make a space for the thread to come through and onto the stem. Try and not catch in hackle fibres like these. Try and make sure your thread goes through and onto the stem. And then you're happy, then we can trim away the waste. Then these couple of fibres there, I'm going to just draw them back. Again, I'm just going to put a bit of wax on my thread. And then tidy up. Form a nice head with the thread. Just wind until you're happy, and there we are. And whip finish. Again, using the whip finish to tidy the head. Tighten up. Trim away your thread. And there we are. Then a couple of coats of varnish. For speed I usually a wee bit of super glue on, touch it all the way around, allow that to dry, and then 2 coats of varnish. Don't let it go into the hackle. Just keep it there. Take your time. If you can rotate your vise like I'm doing, it makes it easier to apply. And there we go. And that's the Beauly snowfly tied in a single hook. Lovely pattern. As I say, this one is for Canada. This style works extremely well. So I hope you enjoyed that.